Hello, and welcome to the Wastelands, where everyone's a little mad and crazy is taking a peek behind the veil and expecting to remain sane afterwards. Hello, and welcome back to the second season and the continuation of the game that I finished last Wednesday, The Last Door, Season 2. Let's see which uncontrollable horrors lie hidden beyond the veil and that Jeremiah David, has taken a look at, as we are now, if I read the description right, playing as his psychiatrist, trying to find his missing patient. So again, my first playthrough is probably going to be just playing through the game, and then once I've played through the game once, I'm gonna go for achievements and secrets. But let's try and enjoy the game first. Previously on The Last Door. Jeremiah David, alerted by the suicide and mysterious letter of his friend Anthony Beechwood, went in search for the memories of his past that he had lost. David discovered that, in school, he had taken part in a strange experiment. Its goal was to peek through the veil, the thin line between common reality and the world of horror and madness that lies beyond, under the watch of the Eye of the Bird. During his search, he was inoculated with the drug they had used back then. The serum made David's mind travel for a few hours to a dreamlike realm of the veil. There he met his old classmate, Alexander Dupre, who urged David to join his cause and cross with him to the realm of the bird. When David woke up from his trance, he found himself deeply convinced by his friend's words. He traveled to Dupre's house, where he discovered his friend had dosed himself with a new serum, leaving a catatonic body behind. This new drug was capable of transporting the mind permanently to the veil and beyond. Finally, David found a vial of the serum and had it injected. He met his friend again in the veil, and together they walked through the last door, entering a world forbidden to human eyes. David's therapist, Dr. John Wakefield, worried by his patient's disappearance and strange visions, had sought the help of his colleague, Professor Johann Kaufmann, an expert in the occult. Searching Anthony Beechwood's house, Wakefield and Kaufmann found a disturbing returned letter in which Anthony had tried to warn Alexander Dupre of what could happen if the door was opened. He feared something from the other side might come. Other side might then come to ours. Give me. They are coming. None of us could prepare for this. Divisions, screaming, were merely a warning. And now it's too late. They are coming. Last night, I had a nightmare again. But this time it was different. This time, he talked to me. It was the same unknown street, void of any sound or life. I walked aimlessly, as if I were lost. Then I could hear it, the broken tromping on the wet cobblestone, the familiar sound of approaching, limping footsteps. Then, as before, he stood in front of me, gazing unrelentlessly, like he was expecting something. This time he spoke. Give me back what he took. Nothing else. Give me back what he took. No. Oh, I have fallen asleep again. What time is it? Dawn already. Guess it's time. It was several months since Kaufman and I found that mysterious letter in Anthony Beechworth's house. A letter never sent, with a cryptic warning of what would happen if a certain door were opened. It bore only the name of the addressee, Alexander Dupré. We felt sure Dupré was key to finding my patient and friend Jeremiah Devitt, who had disappeared in such strange circumstances. Troubled by the death of his friend Anthony, Devitt had visited the school of his childhood and had never been seen again. Kaufman soon conveyed to me his deep concerns and warranted I should conduct any investigations with the utmost discretion. He pursued his own research. Though his thoughts and methods remain a secret, in the last letter he requested that I visit East Hill Lunatic Asylum in London. There were reasons to believe that Alexander had been institutionalized there for many years. I was asked to confirm this hypothesis and, if it proved correct, to gather whatever information might arise. London. East Hill. Huh, there's actually a map this time. Season 2, Episode 1, The Playwright. So, this is East Hill Lunatic Asylum. I hope I can find out information on Alexander Dupre here. East Hill Lunatic Asylum. Good morning. I would like to purchase newspaper. Yes, sir. It's a sixpence. Can you tell me about this building? The asylum? I've never been inside, and I hope I never will. It's full of crazies, you know. Have you seen anything unusual around here? No. But maybe if you bought a newspaper. Alright. Good day, boy. Good day, sir. Let me guess, that's just gonna take me back to the map. Yep. The expensive London skyline seems to fade away amidst fog and smoke. The enormous stone building is East Hill Lunatic Asylum. Can go that way. Good morning. Ah, yes, lovely morning. Sunlight of quite fascinating character. I beg your pardon. The light. It makes everything look different. You see, light touches things, soaks into them and changes their nature. It makes them shimmer or makes them die. Do you live here in the hospital? I do indeed. My family is the generous benefactor of East Hill. They had me committed, but I don't blame them. They are just incapable of appreciating my art, or any art for that matter. They mistake it for insanity. What are you drawing? I am not just drawing, my friend. I am trying to feel the light, to translate its power to the surface of the paper. Those animals don't like it, though. They don't want me to succeed. So they take them away. They take my drawings and they study them and they laugh because...
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Hi, voices. And happy Friday. And happy weekend. How are you today? Because my eyes can see the light and theirs are blind. But someday everyone will understand. Who are they, the ones that take away your art? Ha! Those foolish caretakers. They hide behind a big mirror, where they think themselves safe, and they look at me. They observe me. They even take notes. Do you know a man named Alexander Dupre? My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm looking for a man who lived here some time ago. Would you happen to know one Alexander Dupre? The name does not ring a bell. I have not been here long, though. You should ask the other patients. They may be able to help you. Some have been here for many years. Or you could ask one of the others, the brutes who keep us here. Where are your drawings now? I suspect they are somewhere in the archive, since I've seen confiscated items taken there before. You seem different from the rest. Can I trust you? I've been trying to sneak in for days now, but Miss Riswell keeps a tight guard on the door. I even stole a key from one of these guards. You're a doctor. Surely you could gain entry. If you could recover my drawings, I would be grateful. Here, take the key with you. I must go. Have a nice day. Inmate quarters. I probably can't enter that. The large door is made of strong metal. This must lead to a secure ward of the hospital. It's locked shut. I can't open it. I guess that's everything for the moment. There is a note here. A few cardboard sheets lie on the bench. Each shows a perfectly symmetrical design in black ink. Oh no, those are his pieces of work. But yes, I do hope you're having a good Friday. And that you get to do something you enjoy. Good morning, madam. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm a psychiatrist. Oh my, good morning. Forgive my manners. I get so excited when we have visitors. We don't get many these days, and certainly we are lacking experts like you. What do you mean, lack experts? Every year we get less funding from the Crown. First the doctors started to leave, then it was the caretakers. Now very few remain. But we have a responsibility to our poor patients, do we not? We must care for them. They cannot be out. Living with proper people, we must keep ourselves safe. And our patients too, of course. Oh, enjoy Raft. It is a fun game. I played it, I didn't finish it, but that's because the person I was playing with, we had some desync issues and we built our raft too big, which caused even more issues to pop up. I might finish it, but I don't know if I'll ever finish it on stream. But it is a fun game, Raft. Alexander Dupré. Yes, there was one with a foreign name. I remember something of him. A good man, if I recall correctly. An educated man. But there was something strange about him, wasn't there? I believe it scared some of the other patients. You never know with this lot. I'm sorry that I can't remember much. There have been so many people here. It's hard to keep track. Have you worked here for long? Yes, a long time. I can scarcely remember how many years. Time goes slowly in here. And the isolation. The rules don't allow us to leave. I don't know what is happening in the world anymore. But we have a duty, do we not? Who else will care for our patients? May I request access to the Institute archives? There should be some information there about the man I am looking for. Mr. Dupré? I am sorry, Doctor, but the archives are private. We must not allow anyone to access them without the proper authority. Many of our patients come from good families, you see, and we take great care to respect their privacy. But do not look so crestfallen. You would not find much in any case. It's been a long time since they have been organized. Our work here takes a great deal of discipline, Mr. Wakefield, as I'm sure you appreciate. It is rewarding in itself, but oh, I do wish I had something to occupy my mind more, to help me pass the time. Oh, how that would ease the burden. I shall not bother you then. A bookshelf. These books are not volumes of psychiatry or medical science, but old serial novels for patients to read. A serene, bucolic landscape with gentle colors. The portrait of a severe-looking man, most probably the founder of the Institute. I'm sorry, sir. The archives is off limits. An oil picture portraying Dimphna, patron saint of psychiatrists, but also of those who suffer neurological disorders and victims of incest. She was killed by her own father, who chopped her head off after she refused to marry him when her mother died. Jesus. The rose windows bring a solemn air to the room. This must be the recreational wing, where patients relax and pass the time. Perhaps here I can find someone who met Alexander Dupre while he was institutionalized. A marble bust of Hygeia, Greek goddess of physical and mental health. A stone bust keeps the patients silent company. A sunny beach lapped by the waves of a gentle sea. A cheerful pastoral scene. A man wearing a worn-out military uniform, lost in God knows what thoughts. Excuse me, sir. I could not help but notice your uniform. Were you in the army? Leave me alone. You do not want to talk to a coward such as myself. Sir, leave me alone. I am just a coward. Okay. The worn decoration of this room suggests a great deal of sensitivity to the patient's moral needs. A variety of old-fashioned landscapes that portray nature as tame and welcoming. A variety... oh, that's the same one. It is odd that only this window is shuttered. The curtain casts a mottled shadow over the corner of this room. Good morning, madam. My name is Wakefield. I am looking for a former patient of this institution. The rumbling... She doesn't seem to have noticed me. Have you been here for long? Madam, if I may persist, have you been living here for long? The rumbling. I'm looking for a former patient of the hospital. You may have met him. An eyeless gaze. I'm looking for a man called Alexander Dupre. What a strong reaction upon hearing Mr. Dupre's name. She must have at least met him. How can I get her to talk to me? Good morning. I am a psychiatrist, Dr. Wakefield. Quite an impressive institution you have here. Can I ask for your assistance? I am looking for a former patient of this institution. His name is Dupre. I am sorry, sir. I have never heard that name before. Maybe I could ask one of your senior colleagues? Could know something about this former patient? Well, you could ask Miss Riswell in the entrance hall. She has been here for years. Maybe for too long. You know we caretakers live here with the patients, and we are not allowed to leave the asylum premise. This life can get to you if you don't take proper care. I try to keep as much distance as possible from the lunatics. There are not many patients for an asylum of this size. The asylum is quite big, but I can't help noticing that there aren't many patients around. Well, apart from those in the isolation ward, it is true that there are not many patients at present, but there are even fewer of us caretakers now. We are only 3 for the whole hospital. For what I've been told, in the old times the income was enough to provide for everything we needed. A complete staff, proper accommodations for the patients, and the best doctors. But as the newer, bigger regional asylums were built, the Crown's support was gradually withdrawn from East Hill. Soon everyone started leaving, and, well, this is what remains. I'll leave you with your work. There is a thin piece of metal holding the window open. A glass jar full of transparent liquid that may or may not be water. There is a coin resting at the bottom. Toss a coin to your witcher. Looks like a therapy log. Edward Roan, 27, acute dementia. September of 25, 1891. Mr. Roan's condition has degenerated since the last session. He is restless as if the morphine had no effect on him. For the last week he's been obsessive, troubled for reason unknown. September 25, 1891. The patient's dosage has been doubled to no effect. September 29, 1891. Dr. Weddall has been attacked and bitten in the face. 4 men were needed to subdue the patient. Mr. Roan. 3 markings were found on his body upon examination. Self-harm is a possible cause. October 3rd, 1891. Mr. Roan is getting better day by day, both physically and mentally. His habits have changed considerably. He now shows an interest in religion and spends time murmuring prayers, albeit ones unknown to my colleagues and me. So that is all the same. Dark as the room is now, I can see through the false mirror. There is a man on the other side, heavily restrained, desperately trying to free himself. He has an expression of unbearable horror on his face. About the asylum. Alright. You know that there are always voices coming from the place at night, crying, singing, and the inhabitants cursing like damned souls. That's the usual. This night was different. It was all silent, I tell you. Not a single noise in the whole street. I looked at the madhouse and saw all of the windows black. No lights. Everybody asleep in that place? Now that's strange. And then I heard it. It was a scream like no other I've heard. Not of a man or a woman, but of a devil from hell. That is very curious indeed. Thank you for telling me. Sure. Goodbye, boy. Good day, sir. Today's Illustrated London News. The first headline is about a grim case. Scotland Yard keeps its silence about the ambassador of Turkey, found dead last Saturday under mysterious circumstances. Our sources suspect he may have been murdered. The second, sea monster found at St. Ives. The remains of a serpent from the deep were found on the beach early yesterday morning. It is suspected they come from a seaside museum in Spain, destroyed a month ago by the sea waves during a terrifying storm. There is another drawing advertising an operette called Love Brushstrokes. Why, thank you kindly. How thoughtful you are. This is the hospital archive, where a record of each patient must be stored. If Mr. Dupré was really committed at East Hill, his files should be here somewhere. The portrait of a restrained patient surrounded by caretakers and a doctor. It has been a long time since the desk was last used. It is covered in discarded papers and pens and a noticeable layer of dust. The drawers are all locked. This cabinet contains many documents detailing the treatments of painting ranging from 2 decades ago to last year. His file is right here. Dupré Alexander, room 108A. All the files are missing. It's as if they've been torn out. Only a little piece of paper remains with an address written on it. Paul Street 26. Could that be where Alexander Dupré lived before he was committed to this hospital? Paul Street. I should follow this new lead and see if it takes me somewhere useful. No! Get me back. Get me back. Okay, thank you. Let's see. All the dates in this cabinet are prior to 1870. I'm looking for more recent files. Seized objects. Some personal effects probably sent in by the patient's families but deemed unsafe by the caretakers. One of them is a stack of thick sheet papers carelessly bound together, bearing the drawings and paintings of a troubled mind. Watercolor paintings and drawings of different subjects. A tree, a vase filled with flowers, something that could be a portrait, but the colors are dispersed, shapes broken, decomposed and mixed in a world of bright flecks. Here, are these your drawings? Great wonder, they're back. Someday they will understand light and shapes as I understand them. Thank you, friend. If you want, take these cardboard sheets. Thanks to you, I have no more need of them. That looks like a butterfly. That looks like a bug. Like a fly or something. That looks like a scarab or something. And that looks like a face or a mask. So I don't think there's anything else I can do right now, so I need to go take a look at... Oh. Let's go to Paul Street. The door number is 24. I'm looking for number 26. Paul Street. It ends at this corner. Number 26. This is a place I was looking for, but the door is bricked up. I must find another way to get in. The windows are so thoroughly cemented over that it almost mixes with the facade. The ruins of an old chapel, apparently destroyed in a fire. A mess of wooden planks and the remains of benches and chairs. Why am I hearing whispering? A wooden cross remains almost intact. There is someone on their knees praying. Their face is covered by a hood. An improvised altar covered in candles. With this candle can light my way through the dark. Looks like this hall leads to the building next door. Looking for anything out of the ordinary. This must be the interior of the bricked up building I saw in the street, Mr. Dupre's former residence. I cannot tell who is depicted in the portrait since it's so badly damaged. It seems someone crushed it into the floor. The door is bricked up. A military medal. There is a relief of Her Majesty the Queen and several pieces of metal engraved with the names of battles unknown to me. I will take this with me. Maybe it will mean something to one of Alexander's fellow patients in the hospital. There is something among the ashes. It's a piece of paper. It looks like some kind of message, but there's only one half here. The paper has been carefully burned. There is a piece of paper on the table. The paper shows some seemingly random letters. It seems to be half of it is missing. That's strange. I have put both halves back together, but some letter seems to be missing from the right half. The message does not make any kind of sense. One man in high-rank uniform. He's missing an arm. A few books remain on the shelf. Mostly doubtful treatises in chemistry and alchemy. Among the titles are Tritimius's De Lapide Philosophica, Gieber's De Inventione Veritatis, the anonymous work Turba Philosophorum, and Ludwig Prince's Mysteries of the Worm. A large metal safe. It looks like the safe is working fine. I should give it a try. I don't know the code. Well, I know who to talk to, sorta. This game is definitely a lot bigger than the previous one. This medal. I had one just like this. Got it after the battles of Laing's Neck and Majuba Hill in 1881. A decade ago now. For distinguished conduct in the field, it said. What a farce. So you were in the army, as I thought. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Wakefield. Sergeant William Conghill, Her Majesty's 6th Light Infantry. Are you not one of those alienists Do you doctors not realize that cowardice cannot be cured by your arts? Why are they keeping you here? The doctors say I suffer from a nervous disorder. I believe this is a term for when they themselves, with all their learning, do not know what to say, but I know the true name of my sickness. It is pure cowardice. I am looking for a former patient of this hospital. You may have met him. His name is Alexander Dupré. Yes, I did know a man by that name. We met briefly. He was here when I arrived. What do you know about him? He was a proper lad, educated. He listened closely to the stories of the other inmates, but he kept his own to himself. We talked a lot. He was also very close to Miss Cohn, too. I think they got here at the same time, but when he left, he did so alone. I wonder what has become of him since. Who is this Miss Cohn? She is another patient here, the lady with the tempestuous character. You may have encountered her already. She has not been the same since Mr. Dupré left, you know. She always sits to the side, alone and silent. I doubt you could talk to her at all. Even if you tried, she sees things. Or at least I think she does. What did you talk about with Mr. Dupré and you? We talked about my time in the south of Africa. I don't like to talk about that, but he somehow made me want to. He was very persuasive. He was very interesting in one specific story, almost obsessive about it. He wanted to know every little detail. Could you tell me that story? I'm trying to find a patient of mine who has gone missing, and this could be my only hope of finding him. I don't like to relive those memories. A missing patient, you say? All right. Maybe my story will be of some use then. It happened during the Battle of Majuba Hill. I am sure you've heard of it. In March of 81. The attack on the Boer army had taken us by surprise, and our regiment was forced to split up. We quickly found ourselves alone. Just a few men lost on a barren plain, but I don't want to bore you. No, sir, you certainly aren't. Please continue. As I said, we were few, and we were sure the enemy was lurking out there. In the cold air of dusk, a thick fog formed quickly, masking everything around us. We could barely see each other. Oh, I can move. Whoops. Then the others started to disappear in the fog, which was getting thicker and thicker. I could still hear their footsteps for a while, then nothing. I felt something in there, not far. A murmur. I can't read that fast. All of a sudden, my feet felt something in the mud, a body. They were all there, dead. Then the mist cleared out. What had happened? I never knew for certain. I didn't see anything. Or if I did, my mind refused to bear such memories. What happened to Captain Skid? When he finally regained consciousness? It was like somebody else looked out at us through his eyes. I guess whatever happened affected him, changed him. I know he came back to London. Mr. Dupré asked me of his whereabouts. Maybe he tried to contact him to hear the rest of the story. He was quite preoccupied by it. Do you know where I can find Captain Skid? The last I heard from the fellow veterans, he had lost himself to a frenzy of alcohol, opium, and bad company. This downward spiral led him, as many others, to a wretched nadir, a dirty hole deep in the St. Gil's rookery known as the Crimson Nest. Mayhap you will find him there. Alive, even, if you are lucky. Here's a picture of our regiment. You can see him there. So I can't talk to her anymore. Now I need to go to that rookery, because I can't do anything else right now. But I'm willing to bet that's going to be the same rookery where... Oh, that's the one from his dreams. I'm also thinking it's probably the same one from the previous one where Jeremiah David woke up in. This man looks like the man from my nightmares. He is blind in one eye. The empty socket glistens in the lamplight. He seems to want something from me. In my dream, the man said, "Give me back what he took." So assuming that this is talking about is it 515 or 65? Oh. It's 6145. Took me too long to realize. 6. One. 4. 5. It's empty. Wait, it's not a safe but an entrance to a passage. It is completely dark. The only way to know where it leads is to crawl in. Wow. The list of numbers. It looks like some kind of calendar or timetable. Mathematic formula written fast and carelessly. Some of these symbols I've never seen before. 4 chairs forming a circle as if the hideout served as some sort of meeting place. A strange machine built out of wood, steel and glass. I wonder what its function would be. There is someone sitting here wearing a horrible mask and a yellow robe. He is not moving. It is only a yellow robe. There is no body inside at all. What can be the meaning of this? The text is completely smudged. I cannot read it. Creaking of the machine has stopped. Okay. So what happens if I go back? Actually, let me first... It's the mask I found in Alexander Dupre's former residence. It is similar to those used by ancient Greek theaters. The holes for the eyes are missing, so it would be impossible for the wearer to see anything. The expression is one of excruciating horror. Well, first of all, person's gone. Second of all, ads will be starting soon, so I will be taking a short break once they start, and I'll be back once they're over. Well, the mysterious woman is gone. He looks to the mask for a second, only to stare at me again. Give me back what he took, he said in my nightmare. Okay. Well, that's not helping. The face of the playwright. The face of the playwright. Okay. A man is striking glass tongue with his fist. His expressions of pure hate. Don't think he can see me, but I feel that somehow he knows I'm here. Well, break time. I'll be back after the ads. See you all in a moment. Okay, for some reason everything was muted and I don't know why that was. I also don't know how long I've been muted, but... I've done most of the things that I think I can do. Don't think there's anything in this room. That took too long to find. Alright, hi Shady. How are you? How is your evening? and Teets was also very tired, so I decided instead of playing Man of Medan, I decided to play the continuation of The Last Door. This is the second season. I don't think there is a third season, so this might be the end of it, but I can't promise, because I haven't actually seen much of this. So he escaped. I'll probably need something heavy to break that glass. And now I can finally go and give that eye in, because that's probably what he wants. This must be the Crimson Nest. I have heard of such places where people lose their minds to opium shipped from the Orient. I never thought I would set foot in one. An addict, completely asleep. What's the matter, madam? My husband, he's unconscious. Please, dear, wake up. I'm a doctor. Please let me see him. I am so sorry. He is not breathing and he has no pulse. Your husband passed away hours ago. No, it can't be. Madam, I'm late. This time I couldn't save him. What do you mean this time? I discovered my husband's addiction to this hellish drug they call opium months ago. At first I thought he was sick, as I saw him grow thinner every day. Then I discovered he was visiting this place. I was very worried. I tried to dissuade him, but he wouldn't listen. The addiction was stronger than he was. At times he was away for days. I would come here and find him passed out. The only way I could wake him was put the smelling salts under his nose. Now it's too late. Here, take this vial. Maybe you will be in time to save another soul from this curse. Hello. I'm looking for a man who I believe frequents this establishment, a war veteran from south of Africa called Skid. He is writing on a slate. Can you understand what I'm saying? He doesn't know the captain's name then. The man curled up under a blanket, trembling as if he was freezing. It could be an effect of the drug. A man lying on his back, his breathing raspy and layered with phlegm and other liquids. The smoke has eaten away at his lungs. This young couple seems to have come here together to enjoy this despicable vice. Objective value. What's the matter? What's the matter? Who let you in? Get out! My name is Wakefield. I need to talk to you. Are you Captain Skid? Her Majesty's 6th Light Infantry? That title belongs to me no more. Who are you? What do you want from me? Leave me alone with my misery. One of your soldiers told me about you. A soldier that used to serve under your command told me I might find you here. William Conghill. Yeah, I remember him. We served together. I've made many mistakes trying to forget those years of my life. Now I am afraid of those memories will follow me to my grave. I am looking for information about Alexander Dupre. I used to know Dupre. He was not a man, but a fiend. What do you want with someone like him? There are certain secrets that are better left undisturbed. Someone has disappeared. A patient of mine has disappeared. Alexander is the only one that may know his whereabouts. If it is true that Dupre is involved in your patient's disappearance, then I'm afraid the matter is out of my reach. Yours too. Now, please leave me alone. Have you ever heard the name Jeremiah David? I must find him. David? No, I have not. I found your medal. It was in a house in Paul Street on door 26. You were there, right? You think you know what you're doing, but you cannot imagine what you're getting yourself into. I am asking you for the last time. Leave and forget this matter. I am not leaving until I find the answers I am seeking. Tell me what I want to know. You fool, that's... for the devil's sake. Alright, if you want to ruin your life, you're free to do it. What really happened on Majuba Hill? Sergeant Conghill told me the story, but his details were confusing. I will never be able to forget that day. Nobody knew what really happened. Command decided that we must have been ambushed. Now I know better. There was something in that fog. Something that did not like us entering its domain. That's a rough voice to do. Sentinel of some sort. That thing is what killed my soldiers. How did you meet Dupre? I was in the Veterans Hospital recovering from an illness unknown to the physicians. An ailment of the soul. Dupre managed to contact me there. He wanted to know my version of the story. What had happened to me in the Battle of Majuba Hill. Do you know why he was interested in your story? I do not know immediately, but with time I realized. The truth about what happened to me was important to his activities, as was I myself. But if you think he tricked me, you could not be more wrong. I wanted to enter the dragon's mouth. I burned with a need to know. Tell me about 26 Paul Street. Inside that house I saw a machine still operating. What was that? A machine? I don't know what you're talking about. That was just one of many places used as a base for Alexander's activities. The only one whose location I was allowed to know. What do you mean, activities? What was Mr. Dupre doing then? You really do not know, do you? Have you ever heard of the playwright? Yeah, I have heard of it before. What is it? As I imagined, you know nothing. Dupre is not alone. He is but the peak of a pyramid, a vast group in which powerful people take part. A society acting in secret, ruled by a single sacred law. See that no one knows. I was part of it. The prey himself recommended me. We gathered every month. What we saw you cannot imagine. A curtain of normalcy protects the minds from something, an outer something. The fog of the veil protected us. But through the veil we could peek into the abyss. We could know of the unspeakable shapes that ride beyond, a black nothingness entirely full of horrors. We could never cross the threshold. What we saw was forbidden. Look at me, forbidden. I could not bear it anymore, so I ran. I ran and I hid from them. I was too late to run or to forget. Must go back to Easel and try to talk to Miss Cohn. If what the captain said is true, she must have been one of them. She could know where to find them. I get a feeling when I'm gonna go... Okay, what is this? I cannot do this anymore. I don't care. I just want us to be together. You know it's too hard. I don't feel free. I know, dear, I know. We will figure it out. How are you home so early? I knew all along. How could you? You know you never loved each other. Silence, you have no honor. And you, what do you have to say? Why? I've given you everything. You wouldn't understand. Enough. You will leave in the morning. I won't see you ever again. I'll wait for you at dawn under the old windmill so you can try to recover what little honor you once had. I'll be there. What the hell was that? I must have fainted. What is this? Where am I? A matchbox? This could be useful. Cannot see outside clearly. There is a blanket under the bed. Taking a shred of this blanket. An old piece of furniture. There are marks of dust on the floor. Looks like this chair has been moved recently. The door is shut for good. There's no knob, no keyhole even. The match is too short. I cannot stretch my hand far in either to see what lies beyond the hole. Pair of feet in there. We have met before. I cannot see you. Who are you? Do you not recognize my voice? No, I am sorry, I do not. Do you know what this place is? It is the starting point. The first place to look. But who are you? What are you doing there? Remember this. I will not be here forever. Darkness will light your way. Stay out of the light. Then I will disappear and you will be alone in the end. I don't understand. Tell me who you are. Well, this just became interesting. David? Is that you? David! That's a lot of Davids. Tell me, why are you doing this? Is it because you care about your patients? Or out of scientific curiosity? Is it for your pride? Because it is your professional responsibility? Or is it because it is the right thing to do? How is this? Why are you doing this? No, David! It is alright, mein liebe Freund. How are you feeling? I feel dizzy. What happened? Where are we? At my house. I went to East Hill to meet you and found you inside one of the cells. Unconscious. Your clothes stenching of opium smoke. I had you brought here. You've been out for a day and a half. I think it's coming back to me. I was one of those opium dens. I might have passed out after breathing that dense smoke. Listen, I have much to tell you. My investigation unearthed a great deal of new information. Alexander was indeed institutionalized in East Hill, but his files were missing. I managed to track down a man who knew him. He told me a story you would not believe, and there was this woman, a patient at the hospital. She was completely out of her mind. She attacked me. What is happening to these people, Kaufman? How is this Alexander related to Mr. David? I think this patient, Miss Kohne, might know how to find Alexander. We must go back there and talk to her, whatever it takes. I am afraid that will not be possible. What do you mean? Frau Kohne is no longer at East Hill. She escaped last night. God almighty. Do not worry, mein Freund. I think I may know where she is hiding. Get ready. We must leave promptly. I should try and do a German accent for him, but he does speak relatively good English, so it's weird to do an accent with it when they are coming. They are letting him in. Now the door has been opened. They are coming. Complete the first episode. The playwright was created thanks to the generous support of players who participated in the crowdfunding campaign. The adventure continues in episode 2. Previously, on The Last Door, Wakefield and Kaufman followed the only clue they had on David's location. The recipient of Anthony's disturbing letter, Alexander Dupre. Wakefield visited East Hill Asylum to gather some information on Dupre's past. Wakefield discovered that Dupre was the leader of a secret society known as the Playwright. He learned that they practiced rituals with the goal of peering through the veil, the line that separates the common world from an outer, full void full of horrors. One of East Hill's patients turned out to be a member of the Playwright, but she escaped the asylum. Wakefield and Kaufman followed her to a hideout, a cabin in the mountains, when suddenly a big flock of birds appeared. I must forget nothing. Everything must be set. When the time comes and I am visited again, for a moment the sky was dark. We heard the calls of 1,000 birds, but another sound rose above them, a sound I cannot describe. What? What just happened in here? Where is Miss Cohn? We are too late. It is ashes? The windows are covered with wooden planks. It looks as if she was trying to keep someone from entering, or something from getting out. Chalk, a circle drawn hastily on the floor. She thought it would prevent what she knew was about to happen, but she was wrong. I do not know what to make all of this. I do. Are you all right, Kaufman? It is nothing, mein Freund. Just a bit of a cold. Now, mein Freund, I think we should talk. In light of the events we have recently witnessed, the matter cannot be delayed any further. You must make an important decision. It is not yet too late to go back to your daily lives. If you do not want to continue, you must forget all about your patient, Jeremiah Devitt. You will have to keep to yourself everything you have learned about the mystery of his disappearance, and never talk about it again. But should you wish to continue this search, you will need to accept the consequences, whatever they may be. Please do not take this decision lightly. The path ahead is not without peril. You know my answer already, Kaufman. I must know what happened to David. So be it then. As you have already realized, this matter involving your patient transcends the limits of psychiatry as we know it. We are not dealing with the effects of trauma or demons of the subconsciousness. At least, not in the terms we are used to. We are dealing with something old, something very dark. A sinister truth that has been buried deep for generations. This man, Alexander Dupré, and his organization, I think they seek to uncover these secrets, and I fear they might have already. Miss Corner's fate, whatever it was, must be elated somehow. But my knowledge of this area is simply not sufficient. We must pay a visit to an old friend, someone I never thought I would want to see again. The man who introduced me to the extended scientific field of the occult. My mentor, Professor Adam Wright. Episode 2. My dearest visitor. Wickbird. I doubt he is away at this time of day. Perhaps he cannot hear us from the front. Let us try the back door. Mrs. Oakwood, she is the manor's housekeeper. Yes, who is it? Good morning, Mrs. Oakwood. Do you remember me? Why, Dr. Kaufman, bless my soul. It's been so long, I hardly recognize you. How nice to see you again. Allow me to introduce my colleague, Dr. John Wakefield. Is the professor at home? We would like to see him. Why, yes, doctor, of course. I am quite forgetting myself. Let me take you to him. It is really good of you to come. He receives so few visitors these days, on account of his condition. Is his condition? Oh, sir, I am right sorry. I thought you knew. The professor, he suffers from an ailment afflicting his brain. He is now entirely confined to his bed. Professor Wright? You have visitors. One of them is your old friend. Look. Do you recognize him? It is Johann, Professor. Your old pupil. I reckon he does remember you, Johann. It has been a long time since I've seen him so excited. I will leave you two to talk to the professor. It might be difficult to keep him on one subject for long, but oh, it does him such a world of good to speak with old friends. Should you need my assistance, I will be in the backyard. Professor? Uncle James, you're back. It is I, Professor, Johann Kaufman. Where is father? Where has he been taken? He suffers from some kind of memory loss. Yes, I am afraid he will not tell us much in this state. If we could but stimulate his memories, maybe then he could tell us of his research. Something to unravel the mysteries of the playwright, perhaps. We have a few other options in any case. Let us try. Why don't you explore the manor? There may be some object we can use to jog the professor's memory. Meanwhile, I will try and talk to him about the time we researched together. That could also help him remember. Slow and silent. I thought it said loud and silent. I was like, how do those work together? A painting of the ocean at the end of an afternoon. There is a figure in black on the beach, but its face is shrouded by a hood. A lamp provides a soft glow that somehow lacks warmth. An engraving on paper, the script from a language unknown to me. It's locked. The sign on the door reads attic. An oil painting. It shows an obscure medieval scene. Though I see myself in the mirror, the reflection is strangely distorted. A large porcelain tub, its hefty weight supported on 4 blackened iron feet. The thin ring of damp residue around its interior suggests recent use. A common radiator. I'm probably gonna have to make something appear on the mirror by filling the bath with hot water and steam. A portrait of the Professor Wright. His appearance was quite different back then, an imposing, inquisitive figure. A porcelain jar containing some dried branches. An enormous painting showing a torrential river and the waves splashing on the banks. In the background I can see an old church, apparently abandoned. There is a strange ornament on the wall. I think I can move it. A fierce lion damaged by the harsh weather of the coast. A fierce lion damaged by the hard weather of the coast. Its head is missing. An antique ceiling lamp. Okay, what's in here? Oh, books. Professor Wright has an eclectic collection, from old adventure novels to treatises on the occult sciences. Some of the titles, I believe, have been forbidden by the Crown. A tin soldier. It looks to have been painted by hand. It commemorates some military campaign that I have not heard of. Could it hold some special significance to Professor Wright? Perhaps it will help stimulate his memory. The fire burns fiercely, rendering the air thick and heavy in the room. The painting of the cliffs of this region. A globe. The surface is extraordinarily detailed. Judging by the strange shape of the continents, this must derive from a fictional work of some prehistoric era. What is that? It's locked. I can hear a racket of many birds on the other side. Oh, birds. Okay. Run. I mean, Teets would probably run if he was here, because the shadow in Amnesia Rebirth, the shadow of the bird, scared him shitless. A sea landscape. A gilded pipe. It must run from the room at the end of the corridor to the room upstairs. It is locked. A cast iron wood stove. Various ingredients. A bread oven. A gilded pipe runs from the ground to the corridor. Jars filled with spices and pickled food. The door is locked shut. A small sign reads basement. May I ask you something, Mrs. Oakwood? Of course, Doctor. How did the professor become afflicted? The ailment runs in his family, Mr. Wright suffers from it, as did his father and grandmother before him. It is truly a terrible thing, and to think all these years Mr. Wright knew that would become of him. May God have pity on his poor soul. What are the symptoms of this illness? This ailment that runs in Professor Wright's family. Do you know what its symptoms are? Well, I can't speak those very long words physicians use, but I can tell you what I see in him. Professor Wright hardly remembers a thing from the last 40 years. It is like he's a child again. With God's mercy, it is now gone so far that it torments him no longer. I must go. I will leave you to your work. Thank you for the assistance. Have a good day, Mr. Wakefield. A thick layer of ice covers the pool of water. What is this? When the four remove their masks of lies, the path to the grave will be clear. The hole where her face should be. Her face hidden behind a mask. A sage hiding his face behind a mask. The central statue portrays a cloaked figure holding a clay vessel. The vessel has a small hole in it, just large enough to see a metal object hidden inside. Okay. A stiff tree, almost seems like a statue itself. Well, ads are gonna start again. So I'll be taking an ad break once they start, and I'll be back once they're over. For the moment, I can't do much here. So I guess all I can do for now is... I assume this goes back to the front. Yes, it does. That is locked. That is stuck. Okay. Do you recognize this, Professor Wright? Sergeant Downing was sent to the front. The man... Sergeant Downing was sent to the front. The man that returned was not Sergeant Downing. My dearest visitor, he will know where to look. Oh, what a time we will have. Your visitor? What do you mean, Professor? He will have seen the map, and he will know the Book of Travels. The Book of Travels? Yes, he will work it out, but it must not be too easy, no, but he will find the prize, I am sure. It's the globe puzzle. Prize? What on earth is he talking about, Kaufman? Something concealed, something precious. In his adult state, could he have hidden away parts of his research? He was always a proud man. He would not easily have forgotten his most groundbreaking work. A sense of its grave importance, at least, would have remained in his confusion. Perhaps he has holed it away somewhere for this dearest visitor of his to find. Why don't you explore the matter? Perhaps something related to his latest ramblings. Meanwhile, I will continue to my endeavors to revive his memory through conversation. We began our journey crossing the unforgiven desert, always facing the setting sun. At last, we arrived at the merciful side of the great ocean. We followed the coast north in dear hope of reaching our home soon. It was not to be. The king of the land we traversed had declared war on the great Khan, so we were forced to return as we had come. We never set foot in that bloody land again. We knew there was a port just a few miles to the south, where we could find a boat. Our sea voyage was short, as our sails billowed with the powerful southern winds. We reached the most eastern cape and landed there, our backs to desert. Desert west. Great ocean. coast north. Return. Port south. Sea voyage. Cape East. And back to the sea forward. Ah. Okay, I had that note. The Great Desert. So we start there. There we go. It seems I have triggered a hidden mechanism. A small compartment has opened in the globe. There's a sealed letter inside. It's simply addressed to my dearest visitor. Kaufman needs to see this before it's opened. I can't believe I did that on my first try. Kaufman, look, I found an envelope. It was hidden inside a globe that a strange mechanism opened. To my dearest visitor, let us see what is inside. Exactly, this is another part of an intricate riddle, but to what purpose? To conceal something, perhaps? Or just the last act of a confused and drowning man? I am increasingly of the opinion that some mental construct, some riddle conjured up by the professor's failing mind. He may not even have understood what he did. Those seeking wisdom must first know their own foolishness. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion to reveal what the cold eye of logic sees not. I know what that riddle is. That is unknown to me, mein Freund. There is only one way I know to answer that question. If we can find the answer to the professor's riddle, perhaps we will be able to solve this mystery. What does the professor say? I can't show him the ladder. Never mind. So, I know what I need for that. May I ask you something, Mrs. Oakwood? Of course, Doctor. Is Professor Wright fond of riddles? Do you know, is the professor fond of riddles or puzzles? Indeed, yes. He has long been an enthusiast of every mind game you can imagine. In better days, he would host parties every other month. Teen soirees, he called them. Oh, those were good times. It seems long ago now. Condensation from the teapot steam has revealed a hidden message. I'll add this clue to the letter. Knowing yourself, you may look upon your master, meet his imposing gaze, and seek to understand what lies beneath, thereby learn the question, if not the final answer. The question is the world from the peak of man's tallest tower. The answer yearns up to it from the root of life and time itself. An unusual electrical device. I'm unfamiliar with its function, but I can tell there is a piece of equipment missing. Okay. So I just had to see that tree. Let me take a quick look what's around here. There's also a mechanism here that I should probably remember. Yes. Oh, I thought you wanted to say something. It looks as though something has been concealed beneath the thick roots. Another note and the key bound together. It is a truth our ancestors knew, and with stone silence came to unknown. Shape of a feather? I don't think that's the basement. No. Oh, feather, the bird's room. I forgot that there was one room in the house. That only by entering the gnashing jaws of primal horror. The jaws of primal horror. Will you at last know the truth? This looks like Professor Wright's archive. I should bring Kaufman here at once. Experiments, 1885. Let us see. Have a look at this. Be careful, there's a small key inside the folder. 1st of August, 1885. Results at last. After many months of tedious observation, something has finally come from the other side. I heard the sound of footsteps exploring the proximity of the stone archway. This would seem to verify my hypothesis. Absolute horror is the key that we seek. 20th September 1885. Now that they've been proven themselves useful, I have installed 2 new devices in the outer tunnels. I dare not go deeper. I have not heard it again, but I know the thing must still be down there, in the dark. 12th November 1885. Containment in the underground tunnel has been breached. Is gone. Redacted is gone. I have no choice but to abort the experiment. It can no longer be controlled. There is but one thing left to do. I will seal the tunnel and hope that the abomination remains forever entombed in it. What is this supposed to be? It seems to be a log that the professor kept during one of his experiments almost 7 years ago. It is noteworthy that one of the entries has been redacted. But what is written in there? It cannot be true. It must be some kind of hallucination. A sign of Professor Wright's illness, maybe? Perhaps. Though we should not jump to conclusions. We can conclude that the professor had another working place, underground. Perhaps the key opens the basement door. That could be a route to get through this underground tunnel. Meanwhile, I will keep looking through these documents. There must be something more than that folder among this mess. Mr. Strachan was a well-positioned man. He fell madly in love with the younger daughter of the Bertleys, and so he proposed to her. Young Agnes fancied the idea of marrying an older man, but she always hid her feelings from her mother. Mrs. Bartley did never take her eyes off her daughter, and watched them at all times. Mr. Bartley tried to show his support for their daughter, but his wife never paid any attention to him. That is... that is that way. A long series of folders with dates in them, in complete disarray. Piles of papers of all kinds, discarded note, letters, receipts, all mixed up. Many folders, they have no distinctive tag on them. Well, let's go to the basement. So I need to find something that I can light fire with. I have matches, but I don't think those count. No. I haven't really seen anything to... various ingredients. Oh, I just had to use a match. Okay. I've fallen through a hole. Where am I? The flow of air is stronger here. It looks like a component for some sort of machine. Maybe I can find out where to use it. A working lantern. Now I can get out of here safely. This part of the tunnel is blocked by a cave and the underground tunnel is not accessible from here. I should go back out. Thank goodness, a ladder. Oh, whoops. Mechanism of some sort. Why do I still have the box if I've run out of matches? This old furniture has been left here to rot. If we cannot access the tunnel mentioned in Professor's right log, how can we find the missing part of his research? Must talk to Kaufman about this. I was able to use the key to explore the basement. There's a large hole in the floor. One side of the hole may lead to some sort of tunnel, but it was completely covered in rocks and debris, so I could not tell for sure. Covered in debris? It sounds as if the professor succeeded in blocking the entrance to this underground area. This is unfortunate for us. I have made some progress on my own, mein Freund. I think this could help us dilucidate the next step in our search. Have a look. Today, a meeting finally took place. You see, Mr. Wright, our organization is keenly interested in your research. We could reach an agreement to fund this project, but first we need to know the details. I understand. The main factor is the condition of the test subject. How open he is to suggestion. As you know, only the human mind can open a physical passage to the other side. So a complete, absolute darkness will be required for the experience to result. A secluded place, completely isolated. A place that could only bring thoughts of what may be hiding in the dark. I have the perfect location in mind, but in total darkness and seclusion, how could the results of the experiment be studied or confirmed? That is precisely where your organization can provide help. I have designed a special device that would allow me to listen from a safe distance, but I lack the means to manufacture it myself. That we could arrange, but there is one last thing I would like to know. How would the experience be triggered? By the means of a chemical compound of some kind? Do you mean a serum? Not at all. That would be of no elegance whatsoever. The trigger is the mind itself, the emotion known as terror. The primal fear that still survives in the depths of our mind from the times humans were mere beasts. That which allows us to open a physical passage beyond the veil of rational thought. Primal terror is the key that we will use to open the last door. Could this organization be the playwright? It may be, mein Freund. If so, then we may be closer to the truth than we thought. But in this room, I have been able to find some fragments of information, discarded material. It looks as if the main bulk of documents were moved from this room and hidden somewhere else. The basement tunnel. That seems the most reasonable conclusion. But access to the place is lost, is it not? The entrance was sealed. There may be another access that we do not know about. If we could find and use that device the professor mentioned in his log, I believe we could shed some light on this matter. The sound. Do my ears deceive me? Is that a piano melody? I must seek Kaufman at once. Not to state the obvious, but it sounds as if someone is still down there, playing the piano of all things. But how is that even remotely possible? I do not know, but this means something important to us. It must mean there is another entrance to the underground tunnel, and that we must find it. But we have run out of leads. You did not find anything of use in the archive, and Professor Wright continues to mutter incoherently about childhood memories. You must hypothesize as the professor, mein lieber Freund. We are running out of options. This may be the only way to find the answer we seek. Look at this candle. Fix your eyes upon it. Your body is as light as a feather. Everything around you fades. You are entering a dark, endless void. Listen to my voice. Where are you? A great number of trees surround me. The sun is setting soon. I can go north and west. I stand beside a waterfall. It is not water that falls, but mud and rock from a great height. They fall and fall into a bottomless abyss. Behind the waterfall to the east lies a tunnel. To the west I see the edge of the forest. I am in a dark tunnel. Oscar is here as well. He is upset. He yells at me. He begs me to stop. The tunnel divides into many passages. I can go north, south and west. Oh. Go north. I am in a large open space with a piano. Something stands next to the piano. I can't see its face clearly. Its face. The tunnel stretches into the dark. Walk down the tunnel. It's a very small room. In the center lies a deep pit. A ladder goes down. It is so dark. Down there it lies. It waits. I will not continue. I must go back. I cannot. I can hear it with me. Its breath. Dear God, I must flee. It waits for me. It waits for me down there. I have gone down the ladder. I cannot see. It is pitch dark. I can feel its breath. It's here. It is with me. Enough. We went too far, mein Freund. You're right. I did not think you would react this way. You did well by stopping the trance, Kaufman. I think it would be best if we leave for today. Let us return to the inn. Reflect tonight on what we have witnessed here. Tomorrow let's discuss the next step in our investigation. January 21st, 1893. Come in. Kaufman, are you alright? Worry not, Wakefield. I am just feeling a bit feeble. It must be all this cold and humidity. Nothing serious. I would like to know your opinion on what we heard during yesterday's session. Do you remember anything that could help us in our search? Professor Wright mentioned a man that shouted at him near the entrance to the tunnel, begging him not to continue. I cannot remember his name. Very good. It was Oscar. We should attempt to find him. He may know something about Professor Wright's fears. If we can find this man, I am sure we will shed some light upon the mystery. Why don't you go to the village and try to find out something about Oscar? My apologies, but I must stay here and recover my strength. Okay. The Fisherman's Lodge. Don't think I... Oh, I can go that way. The window is closed shut. Let's first start by going to the inn. Or the pub, or whatever it is. The Fisherman's Lodge. He cannot cross the sea. This lady's dressed rather elegantly for someone who came to drink in a place like this. These two fishermen have just given me a suspicious look. Old pictures of the village's inhabitants. The wheel taken from the helm of a ship, perhaps a trinket from the owner's days as the ship's helmsman. Bottles of rum, dark beer, and a couple of taps of pale ale. Good morning. Let me drink in peace. Are you a ship captain? Why? What's it to you? Does I look like a captain? Your hat. Because of the hat a hat will make a captain, Townie. You can buy a hat like this in any flea market in England. Your hands. Because of your hands. Calloused by years of knotting rope and reeling in line. Fisherman has hands like these. Your coarse skin, because of your coarse skin, weathered by all the years of salt and wind. You met many folk in Wickerport yet? It's common enough around these parts. Because of your 3 earrings you're wearing. You have double to 3 capes, is that right? Indeed I have. Good Hope, Leewin, and Horn. Therefore I hold the right to stand before kings, and to piss against the wind. If I die in the sea, these 3 rings will pay my wake. But no, that'll not happen now. Do you mean you will not set sail again? I love the sea more than anything. It is my passion, my freedom, and my life. But there are many things about him that we do not know. There are far from the coast, in the deep dark, things we are still unprepared to hold. Believe me, those things await down there. Have you seen any of those things? No. But you may have heard 1 or 2 of the stories the fishermen tell about things seen out there. It is naught but tales for young'uns. Mere superstition from men too cowardly to face the dark. Any good seaman knows that in the strong wind, a stretched rope can shake and sing. I myself have mistaken such keening for the wail of a child, but there was one time it was nothing of the sort. Then the sea howled. It was not thunder, not a strong wave clashing with my ship, no, it was like a voice. It spoke to me in a language I cannot describe, a sound muttered by a living something, a call unlike anything I had heard before. And I understood. What did you understand? Understood that there was nothing more freedom for me. I understood there was no more freedom for me, that the sea now had other lords, and whoever they were, I did know they would not share it. What happened then? As I navigated back to shore, I lost control of my ship in a great storm. The rocks and the cliffs did the rest. I did not know where the remains of my dear Augustine ended. With the passing of years and tides, I looked for them once, for many moons. But all I found was this bar and the bottom of an empty glass. I have never returned to the shore since. May she forgive me. Now leave me be. You have the gratitude of me and my whiskey. All that blathering worked up right a sore thirst. Good morning. You want a drink? What is it with the man in the corner? Fred? You can ignore him. He's a sad, lonely drunk. A man named Oscar. You mean Father Oscar? You can find him in the church when he's not here. When he's not in here, it's right outside. Have you met Professor Wright? The professor? Sure. Saw him every other day as a young'un. Always involved in the village. He was la-di-da all right, but folk respected him. He got stuck in, didn't last though. Shut himself away, started getting visitors from out of town. He stopped coming to the village eventually. Last I heard, he'd gone crazy. None of us know for sure. Been years since I saw him. Is that window going to shut again? Yep. Does that just leave? No, it doesn't. An old rotting boat rests on the shore. The name Providence is written on the side. Some abandoned wooden planks, perhaps they're here for the repair of the local fishing boats. An old rusty bronze bell, typical of a seafaring vessel, is engraved with the name Augustine. An old ship, completely wrecked. Well, look. This guy looked for Augustine, never found it. I go looking out once and I find it. Give me one moment. Okay. Okay. But yeah. Let's go give him that bell. It's the least we can do. Why, that's the bell from the Augustine. My Augustine. Where on earth did you find it? I found it on the beach near the shipwreck. I thought I would never see it again. I will clean it and make it shine anew. Wickport Beach? Our beach? Why, I must go. Must go straight away. Oh, to be reunited with my poor Augustine. What will remain of her? No, I dare not go. But I must. Good day to you, sir. Let's go follow him. Neither the cracks in your hull nor the flaking paint, nor none of it matters. You are beautiful as ever, Augustine. Today we will watch the sun together. Good sir, I cannot put into words what a great service you have rendered this drunken knave. Just as you, a stranger, have brought me to my lost treasure, may this old sailor's spyglass, in whatever way it can, help light the way to yours. Take it, as a gift from the heart. Is this going to be like the Nun, where I'm gonna leave, return, and he's gonna be gone? No, he's still there. Okay, good. It is closed. When will the church open? Let me give you some advice. Bar maintain to people to ask about church opening hours. This here bar's my church. Most of the village come here to see. The town is forsaken. No work on the coasts these days, see? Few can make a living. Most of the officials and sailors have up and left. Half the cottage lie abandoned. Those who stayed, they barely leave their homes, except to come here, of course. But surely there must be more than just this. Many coastal towns face the same struggles, but none lie abandoned. Well, there's a rumor. Silly stories if you ask me, but some take them real serious. Fishers, big dependable guys. They tell you they've seen stuff out on the waters. Apparitions, shape among the rocks. I say it's the booze talking, and I should know. Who could see anything in all that mist anyway? But fishers, they do be superstitious. Folk believe the tale, and one by one they just didn't come home no more. Fred, he's a regular. Sad, lonely drunk. I'm not sure what else I need to do right now. Sleeve. Okay, so it's literally just talking about the priest, but excuse me, are you spying on me? I am sorry, I did not mean to. You are not from these parts, are you? No, I am just passing through. Are you alright? Yes. Could you do me a favor? For a long time I wanted to visit the tomb of my lover, but I cannot leave the house due to my illness. Could you please leave these flowers there? No one in the village will do this service for me. Alright. Where is that place? Oh, you could not know how grateful I am. You are a good, kind person. You can go to the graveyard through the path right there. The name you need to look for is Carter. Carter. What can you tell me about the barmaid? Eva is a woman with a strong character. Once I saw her kick out a group of drunk sailors from the pub without a doubt. She is in a bad mood lately because business is not what it used to be. She will not leave the village though, as did the others. Let's see, what can you tell me about Captain Morville? Poor Fred is always drunk. In the old times, when he was not sailing, he had long walks on the beach and looked happy, but now, rare is the occasion when he gives a quick glance at the coast. He has lost all hope. Ads are starting soon. I will be taking a break, and once the ads are done, I'll continue. He's a man who has lost his purpose. I see him walking aimlessly in the morning and evening, nervous and doubtful. I have left the flowers on your lover's grave, as you asked. Thank you so much. I am in your debt. The windows have been boarded up. The confessional, so Wickerport, serves as a Catholic congregation. A humble altar made of unadorned marble. The neglected and decaying cross reflects the fate of the villagers all too well. Well, I'm first gonna take a break and I'll be back after the ads. See you all in a moment. happened to your parishioners? The village has seen bleak times. Many have left and the rest lost their faith. Every day I ring the bell, but no one answers. May God have mercy on their souls. Why do you suppose that is? I could not say. The mist that shrouds this coast and the shapes that swirl within have long been the source of hearsay. But lately the stories people tell are not pirates and smugglers, but something more sinister. Some say the devil himself has come to our shore. It is a rumor I dare not disregard. Are you personally acquainted with Professor Wright? Why, yes, of course. Adam is not merely a parishioner, but one of my closest friends. Since our youth, we enjoyed many scholarly, but sometimes quite fervent discussions, he being an anthropologist and myself a theologian. That is, until he fell ill, but since he is like that, I have not visited him. Wait a moment, please. I need to ask you a small favor. Please give this to Adam. I don't know if it will mean anything to him now, but it will bring peace to my soul if there is some token of our friendship resting by his side. A picture of two young men. They could be Professor Wright and Father Oscar. A cage covered with an embroidered cloth, the end of a visitor will call. The fire is out. How did this happen? Why are all these people moving slower in the darkness? The door is locked with a key. Professor Wright is not here. There's an open book on the floor. The Book of Birds. The birds were traveling to meet their king when they reached a crossroad. The wretched crow tried to lead them astray and onto the path of mists. Many birds followed him and were lost forever beyond that veil. Only the wisdom of the crested hopoe and the prudence of the red-feathered robin would lead the remaining 28 back onto the path of righteousness. Ever since, the birds have sung their praise, for without the hopoe and the robin, silence would have fallen forever. Why is it suddenly dark here? I don't think it was dark before. Crested hopoe and red-feathered robin. Okay. Now I'm going super slow. My God, Mr. Wright. The poor man, it looks as if heart gave out on him. His eyes, my God, they are fixed with an expression of utmost terror. Let me see. His fists are clenched. He is holding on to something. The stone figurine. He's holding it tightly as if he's protecting it from someone. The figurine is beautifully carved, but it appears to be one half of a larger artifact. What happened to him? I have seen death before, but never has a body left me so ill at ease. I am trembling. The wind is open. A cold wind blows into the room. An old wardrobe. A cheerful scene that would have lifted my heart on any other day. It stands in stark contrast to the tragedy that has befallen this house. A thin layer of dust on the coat rack, but not on the coat. This is serious. I must break the news to Kaufman, and of course the local authorities will have to be informed. Kaufman. What's the matter? Kaufman, do not worry. I have given him a mild sedative. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Armitage. The innkeeper called me because he was worried about your friend. Pleased to meet you. I am Dr. Wakefield. What are Kaufman's symptoms? Strong coughing, general feebleness, dizziness. It is too soon yet for diagnosis. It could be a simple cold, but the sudden onset and severity of the symptom is certainly a concern. It must be monitored for the next few hours at least. Do not worry, Dr. Wakefield. I will remain here and take care of your friend. Could it be something serious? Doctor, this is far from my specialty, but do you think it could be something more serious? It is too soon to know. Let us wait and see how this condition develops. An ugly painting. So what is that figurine? A fragment of a sculpture. I don't think I have decently checked out the graveyard, so there might be something there. The wind-swept old gnarly tree is clinging onto the cliff with what roots remain. Someday it will fall into the ocean below. Good morning, I'm Dr. Wakefield. You come from the town, don't you? You needn't answer. I know by your accent. Be careful around these cliffs. This is no place for tourists. It's hardly a place for anyone now. The man snorts. You best be on your way back. Stranger things have been happening here. What do you mean? Seamen and fishermen alike swear to have heard voices in the rising tide. Inhuman screams, some of them say. And there are some who claim to have witnessed ungodly things in the dead of night. I once saw a ghastly thing crawling out there amongst the rocks. Screams, you say? People have heard screams coming from the sea? Bloody drunks. They say the sea howls at them as if that was something new. What did you see in the rocks? That thing, the one you saw in the rocks. Can you tell me more about it? Last night it was. Me and my boat fishing. That's where I get the best catch. Then I saw it. Not under the water, as the others say. It was on a rock, perched there, like it was smelling for something. The shape of it, like nothing I've ever saw before. Not walking on the earth nor swimming in the sea. The thing was big and hunched over, like a crouching man. The way it moved, it made my flesh crawl. Whatever it was, the mist itself was its ally, hiding it from my bare eyes, and in the end, disappearing away together, I swear. Should I see that horror again, I will take my most vicious harpoon and thrust it so deep in its wretched body that it will have to bury them together. So what are you doing up here? I come here when I can, to watch the shore, just in case that thing comes back. The mist down there is just too thick. I can see better from here, even if my eyes are not what they used to be. Damn it. Could somehow regain my sharp eyesight again. By God, I would impale that abomination for sure. Here. Would this help you watch the shore? Why, it is old to be sure, but this telescope has been patched up to a rare beauty. You have my thanks, stranger. I am indebted. Oh, what is that? On the cliff there. Well, blow me. But if it isn't the Wright's old summer house. I thought it entirely destroyed. It looks like you can get there using the old cliff bed. Excuse me. Did you say Wright's summer house? Well, yes. I never saw it myself. I was too young at the time, but everyone around here knew the story well. It was a terrible tragedy. You see, one night there was a landslide just beneath the house. Most of the buildings fell into the sheer sea, leaving only yonder ruins. Many died, though by a miracle, young Master Wright was spared. You can see it from here. Look, right there on the other side of the beach. Do you see it? Well, that was helpful. Lots of places to visit here. These rocks look like the remains of a landslide. The roots of this venerable tree tightly grip the rocks that anchor it against the harsh winds. An empty wardrobe. Its wood is rotten from the long exposure to the sea air. This landscape shows the house as it was before the landslide ruined it. Okay. You would think it was this, but...